Hello, Dr. J. It's nice to see you again, and I wanted to talk to you what I came up with for your cardiovascular training plan. So in the first phase, we are going to be in phase 1, and that's our stabilization phase. It's going to be our low intensity cardio workouts. I left out the cardio X's right here on accident. I'm so sorry about that. Um, so on I'm going to have you training on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for cardio. And during phase 1, we're going to be all in stage 1 training, which is our light intensity cardio work. We're going to be training in stage 1 Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the first 4 weeks. We're going to begin with the warm-up at 60% intensity for 5 to 10 minutes. When we enter the conditioning phase, I would like to take part in a cardio workout that is most enjoyable for you. I think we should sit down and go through some cardio workouts together on what you would like to do. I'm not sure. I don't want to pick any certain workouts without your feedback on how you would want to do them. So I think talking to you about that and coming up with a plan for some of the workouts would be best. But I do want you to work it out 25 to 30 minutes at around 65% intensity in phase 1 training, stage 1 training. It's ideal that we get 75 minutes of cardio exercise a week at 67% heart rate max. After our conditioning phase is complete, it's very important that we get 5 to 10 minutes of a cool down at least 60%. Jumping into month 2, we're in February. Now we're in phase 2. This is our strength endurance phase. I still have you training on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I like that because we can get our weight training on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Here I have you doing your stage 2 trainings on Wednesday. We're upping up the intensity a little bit. We're still going to have you in stage 1 training on Mondays and Fridays. Getting into the higher intensity is definitely going to take a little toll on your body, and it's important that we only hit stage 2 training once a week in this phase. Jumping into phase 2, we're still going to have our warm-up at 60% for 5 to 10 minutes, or 30 minutes of cardio exercise at 70%. Cool down at 60% for 5 to 10 minutes. But in stage 2, on Wednesdays, we're going to be starting in zone 2 for 1 minute at 76%. Then we're going to drop down to 65% for 3 minutes. And then we're kind of just flopping in and out of zone 1 and zone 2. Switching intensity rates is very important in burning fat. And once we get down here, we're going to repeat sets 5 to 9. Then we're going to do a cool down at 60% for 5 to 10 minutes. Also, it would be ideal if we could get some static stretching and some self-myofascial release in there. Jumping into March, we're still going to be in phase 2. But I want to up the stage 2 training. So now on Wednesdays, we'll be training in stage 1. And on Monday and Fridays, we will be training in stage 2. So instead of 1 stage 2 training a week, we are now jumping into 2 stage 2 trainings a week. We're still going to see the same thing in stage 1 trainings. We're still going to see the same thing in stage 2 training, but this time we're going to be doing it 2 times a week instead of 1. That cool down is very important as well. 60% for 5 to 10 minutes. Static stretching and self-myofascial release. Put your muscles back to optimal resting lengths. It's very important in decreasing injury risk in overtraining. Okay, now jumping into April, we're starting phase 3 in the strength phase. Now we're going to be training in stage 3 once a week. Still have you training on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So our stage 3 training is going to be on Fridays, and we're just going to flop stage 1 and stage 2 trainings on Monday and Wednesdays throughout the month. I do believe now getting into phase 3, we definitely should start implementing some stage 3 training, getting that high intensity workout. Still going to have the same stage 1 training setup as the months before. Same with the stage 2, whenever either we're working on Monday or Wednesday, flopping in and out of those intensities, very important. And now getting into stage 3 training. This is going to be some high intensity workout, and you're probably going to be sore after that. And that's why we only really want you to take part in stage 3 training at least once a week. Depending on if your heart rate does drop and gets to optimal, like where it should be, that'll see if you can repeat the steps. So we're going to start in zone 2 at 76% for 1 minute. Then we're going to up the intensity in zone 2 still for 1 minute. And then we're really going to push it at 86% in zone 3 for a minute. And then we're going to drop back down to zone 2 and then back up to zone 3. And then we're going to have this 1 minute break. And if your heart rate does not drop to the appropriate heart rate during this break, then we will finish the workout in zone 1 or 2 for the rest of the workout, depending on how tired you are as well. I do think some high intensity workout at the beginning of this month is probably going to be pretty rough. And I don't think you will be able to repeat, but you might be able to. But we'll monitoring your heart rate closely. We'll make sure everything's okay, and if you can, repeat it. Cool down at 60% for 10 minutes. Static stretching and self-myofascial release as always. Jumping into May, this is the month before your race. We'll be working in stage 3 on Wednesdays and stage 1 and 2 on Monday or Fridays. So I have you working in stage 1 on Monday, stage 2 on Friday this week, stage 2 on Monday this week, and stage 1 on Friday this week. I do want to apologize for not setting up really good tables. I'm not really tech friendly on that, but I should get better at doing that. I hope you guys can bear with me. I still think I laid it out to where you'll be able to recognize what I'm talking about, and so yeah. So in May, we're in phase 4 training. It's our maximal strength. We should be in ideal shape, and we should be able to decrease work to rest ratios and increase the duration of high intensity intervals in stage 3. Keeping an eye on your heart rate during rest periods is going to be key for us working in that stage 3. Same thing for stage 1, same thing for stage 2. And getting in stage 3, at this point I do believe you'll be able to repeat this cycle. And again, if your heart rate does not drop to the appropriate heart rate during the break, then we'll finish in the workout in zone 1 or 2 for the rest of the workout, depending on how tired you are. Very important we get that cool down, especially in these high intensity trainings. We're working our muscles really, really hard and our heart really hard, and it's important that we cool down and we get our static stretching and our self-myofascial release as well. This will avoid overtraining and injury risk. Now it's race month. We're in June. I got you training in stage 3 training every Friday. Stage 1 Monday and Wednesdays. Now I do believe these higher intensity workouts and cardio workouts you should be able to do for a longer duration. Still, on Mondays we're going to be in that stage 1. Same thing on Wednesdays. We're going to be in stage 2. We have the same thing going on. Now stage 3, we're going to warm up at 60% for 10 minutes. And then we're going to go into zone 2, up to zone 2, up to zone 3. We're going to gradually increase to zone 3, and then go back to zone 2, and then back up to zone 3. And then one minute break, going back to 65% for 3 minutes in zone 1. And then repeat. I do believe you should be able to repeat this cycle a couple times, and work to rest ratio should be more pleasant. Longer durations of high intensity work should be easier, and your heart rate should lower to the appropriate heart rate when transforming from zone 3 to zone 1 or 2. Cool down for 10 minutes at 60%, and static stretching and self-myofascial release will definitely be crucial during this month to avoid injury risk getting ready for your race. That should be it. And if you have any questions for me on how I set this up or how I went at it. I kind of just lined these up. The stage 1 training is with what uh, days of the week, just because I'm not too familiar with tables right now on how to do that, but I will definitely get better at that. But that's all. And if you have some questions for me, just ask away. Thank you so much. We're going to get you ready for this race.